All right, what up, comic book fan? We're not gonna do any fucking long intros or any shit like that. We're gonna get right into this. I had hopes of talking about Planet Comic Con, but I did plan this out of nowhere, very much impromptu. I did have hopes that Polka and Joe would come through. I did have
All
hopes
right.
of that.
Sometimes you got to call them out directly.
Yeah, is that what it is? Well, either way, I have Beckerman, who I did not expect to get because this is past both of our bedtime, so I'm shocked to get him. So good to see you. I will be seeing you at Planet here. It starts Friday, not Thursday, right?
Friday, correct.
Why do I keep thinking it starts Thursday? Was it
Because
4 days?
because no, um, because a lot of us are talking about Thursday stuff. Because I'm off Thursday, and Poke and Joe arrives Thursday. Flo arrives Thursday. I believe you're coming with us to Shazam
Yes,
that night.
yes. I am free. My kids will not be back till Saturday, so I am free as can be. I'm excited about it, man.
All right, I sent a. We
What are you sending me?
I sent it to Joe.
Oh. All right, well, we can talk about Planet. I would definitely want to talk about Planet, but I also want to get in my FOC because I finally, and Beckerman was there for it. I finally started a pull list with my local comic
Beckerman
shop.
may have bullied you into it.
You can't bull me into shit, motherfucker. Fuck off.
I did bring it up. Like, why don't you have
Yeah,
a poll list with this
you
man?
can influence me. Yes, I will say you are a dirty influencer. Yes. But I finally, well, I told you the reasons why I was reluctant to do it, but I finally did it. And I'm like, you were right all along. I should have done it a long time ago. Because when I go in to get my books now, I am quite shocked at the price. I'm like, it's at the point now where I'm like, all right, yeah, go ahead and give me that incentive because
Yeah, and it
that's
adds
so,
up over
yeah,
time, the
yeah.
savings you're getting.
So it was a big mistake, and I was doing it, but I was doing it online with TFAW instead of with my local shop, and so I've fixed that now, and I am now doing it with where I should be with my local shop, and
Yeah,
loving it.
support local.
Absolutely, and my local shop's great. David over at Pop Culture Comics there in Overland Park, Kansas. I'm a big
Yeah, he
fan of
seems
him.
all right.
Yeah, he's a British guy. He's got that British accent, but other than that, he's okay.
I've only met him 3 or 4 times, so that's why I'm like, well, he seems all right. Yeah, I like him. I like his shop.
All right, am I? There we go. I was
He
showing
really
the wrong
makes the
one.
most out of his space, and it's deeper than you think it. Like it just keeps going back, and he fits a lot of stuff in there. I dig the vibe.
Yeah. If you're looking for the new modern stuff, then he is absolutely where you want to go. But if you're
Amazing
looking,
indie selection.
yeah, if you're looking for back issues, then maybe go to Bees down the street.
Hi,
Um,
Mark. That's who I was talking about. I was like, I'm sorry, I got this Planet Comic Con meeting. I didn't even know if we were going to be live. I thought we were just meeting on.
no, I figured why not do it live. And Mark, can we talk about what we were talking about before we came on? Can we talk about it? I want to
Oh
involves
yeah,
Legion.
yeah. So, Mark, I
So
was just explaining what you told me about that Thanos statue and Gem Mint, and I shared that story with Marcus, and it just more of the same. Like, oh, I shouldn't
I
let it
mean,
even surprise me, but man,
you shouldn't let it bother you as much as you do. That's one of the things I had to learn being just too plugged into politics. I learned that I was letting the ebb and flow of things that didn't really affect my life. And I think you have that same problem where, things are what they are, man,
well,
but
I keep,
you guys have a point. You guys are right. I think what Mark had made that comment that I
but it
thought was
is personal
hilarious.
for me because I told you about one of the shirts he was wearing.
Make your point. I think it is a
So
good point.
one of the shirts that I originally saw in his montage video of different shirts was a bootleg of a Ken Lashley shirt or of a Ken Lashley image. And that's not cool, man. I buy a lot of art. As anybody who has ever seen any of my unboxing videos would know, I buy a shit ton of art from Ken Lashley, and I have a good relationship with him. He's somebody I've messaged many times and talked to him about non-art related stuff. And, you know, I would go so far to call him a friend at this point. And you're stealing from him. That's bullshit.
Make your point, though, that I thought was such an excellent point that can't be really denied.
I forget a lot of what I say.
Well, you were just making the point of how he doesn't understand your point in one situation.
Oh, yeah. He did understand it, though, because from what this guy down here said, by the way, Mark.
What up, Mark? Thanks for joining us, brother.
Yeah,
Scissor me, baby.
But I really want to have this conversation.
So I would almost rather Mark tell it, since I have not watched the video. Mark saw the clip that really is revealing.
Dude, just for context purposes, because I think that like the reality lies between what I hear both of y'all saying since y'all started the live stream. Becker's very passionate, and you pretend to not be. That's the thing. and I talked to Becker, cheersing you. What was this Thursday? What's today, Becker?
Today is Wednesday.
Today is Wednesday.
Or Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. I'm not watching
it was either, I believe it was over the weekend. It could have been yesterday, where I was applauding your self-awareness. How you say you shouldn't let this bother you. I learned not to care, but then you call yourself out for saying that while you actually do care from time to time. You actually call yourself out. You have
absolutely.
You have amazing self-awareness. You know how to have fun, but you're saying how you should feel, not how you actually feel. And I do that a lot of times too. It's in saying the term "fake it till you make it" is kind of risky to say because people take that differently. But I practice that. Like I will myself into existence. I try to act the way I want to feel, so that eventually I'll feel that way. That's how you change your thinking. You know, that's a good thing. So I gave you compliments for being very self-aware and all that. So I hear you tell Becker not to care and he shouldn't care, but you do, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But I think Becker's a lot more passionate. He comes from a different place. He's more deep into the hobby. He has so many personal experiences, so many fond memories. And I do too. I think a lot of that has to do with just growing up in the hobby. Now, in terms of Jim or people like Jim, this is how this ties in together. He has fuck all self-awareness. This is not an attack on his character. I don't like him or dislike him. I don't know the guy. I've never met him. But just the online presence, footprint that he leaves for a guy like me that naturally overanalyzes everything in every walk of my life, which you can attest to that. I'm overcritical of everything by nature. When I watch somebody like Jim, I watch somebody like Jim.
Yeah, I wouldn't say everything.
Well, dude, I'm critical of DC too. I sit there and
not nearly as much. No,
well, it's because
nearly.
I don't experience as much. Like if you look at my pool,
talk about Sexy Grimace.
The bad books aren't in my pool list. You know what I mean? And that's just there's plenty.
What up, Travis? Good to see you.
But anyways, you look at Jim, and today was a prime example of having lack of self-awareness. They asked him about that video that he posted after Acetate Gate. And his response was, I learned not to snitch on my friends. That was his response. I learned that.
Oh, I missed that.
No, that wasn't his words, but that's what he said. I learned that sometimes my thoughts isn't going to line up with everyone else's. And this was the first time my experience wasn't what the majority felt, but they weren't there. But that's the thing. The mindset of the majority came from all the people that were there. The mindset, Becker was in line. Chip was in line. Chip was you remember this. Chip is the one that blew that shit up out of nowhere, not even intentionally. That's where the narrative came from, was a man who literally drew a fucking diagram and explained the events firsthand. And then you had somebody come in and lie about what happened, Jim, and in the process, snitch on Skeff to get the heat off of him. And he said he deleted that video because he shined a light where someone didn't want a light shine. Bro, you said you learned not to do that. You learned not to snitch on your friends is what you just said, which is fine. I wouldn't snitch on mine either. But the difference is I wouldn't have done it to begin with. Now, keep that.
I'd snitch on both of you.
That lack of self-awareness goes.
I know you would, you motherfucker.
That lack of self-awareness keeps going like tonight on the stream. Oh, I like getting bootleg shirts, blah, blah, blah. Are you planning on making shirts? Yeah, but I'm doing it through Whatnot, so I don't have to deal with the licensing issues. I got the brand, like, bro.
Yes, Journey. Yes.
bro. And like you even caught my comment. You thought that was funny. Like I want a bootleg shirt of Jim Mint so it's authentic. Like motherfucker,
Yeah.
like that's
That shit was
hilarious.
hilarious.
He has
When you're right, it's funny to me. I love people being correct.
Did you watch the Thanos statue content he put up?
No,
All right,
that's what
now
he was
do the
telling me
Thanos.
about.
Now,
This is what we were
funny.
talking
So
about.
this is something that I was having the conversation about that statue 2 days ago, right? Before Jim decided to make content on it. So that statue it's funny. It's from that meme, butt naked Thanos, face down, ass up. Well, Jim posted a video, and I don't follow his stuff, but it got shared in a chat, and I went and watched the little IG clip of it, which is a condensed version of the YouTube version. In that, he points out, I found this information from my Facebook group, which is a closed group or a group for his followers. He made the comment, I deleted the post out of that group out of respect for our statue friends. I don't allow bootleg statue content in that group.
Oh,
I'm not even connecting.
Man.
Not even connecting it to
tough.
the shirts. Not even connecting it to the shirts. We're gonna like the part that I'm connecting it to is.
but can we pause for just a second?
Let me get
it's
it out.
Interesting that he sees that people who create things the right way and pay the money for it, those relationships don't really appreciate being stolen from.
So he said I deleted it out of the group because I have rules in my group that we don't do bootleg statue content in there out of respect for our friends who make these statues and da 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 da. Now that's not the lack of self-awareness part. We've already established he doesn't understand like hard work and creativity going into this. It's then he turns around and he makes content on the statue and puts it on IG and on YouTube, blowing it up 10,000 times more. Again, this is not he's probably a great dude, awesome to hang out with. I just get hung up on the lack of self-awareness. You know what I'm saying? Like I watch him and it's cringe.
I like him, but people can be wrong.
I don't know.
People can be wrong about.
Yeah, he is a lot then in that case. Because when I watch him, that's all I get hung up on. They're like, bro, you just said that. But what got me is he did that mega Justice League statue with Darkseid fighting all of them. Yo, this is the pettiness that I have though. This has got the straw that broke the camel's back for me. And I still watch him because DJ edits a lot of his videos and stuff, and he does great reviews. There's no denying the statues are awesome, and he's good at putting them together and stuff. But my man, he sat there, he's like, I like Martian Manhunter. This looks great. He's one of my favorite Justice League members. John Johns is awesome. I'm like, what motherfucker is called John Johns? And he did it numerous times in the video. I'm like, no, you just killed me.
Yeah,
that's what did it.
Purist. Yeah,
that's what did it. He called John Jones John Johns.
You know,
don't hold back, Mark. What exactly?
Mark came on. He came in hot, didn't he? I'm coming in hot.
No, but I'm saying it's just a lack of self-awareness a lot of times, and who knows? I don't know.
Was I too easy on him?
You talk. No, you were fine. But I want to say, you talk about self-awareness, and you said I was self-aware, and honestly, for me, that is high fucking praise because I pride myself on self-awareness. I try. Keep in mind,
I said that behind your back.
Okay.
So I legitimately meant it. You weren't listening to me. You weren't there. You know what I'm saying? That was a conversation.
No.
I had,
but I appreciate it.
It was complimentary when he said it.
Mm-hmm.
No, and I appreciate it because there's a lot of lack of self-awareness in this world, and I really try hard because that's just knowing that I got my own bullshit just like everybody else.
Now, do you want me to knock your knees out from under you now that we've built you up?
No, not yet. Not yet. One thing you said though. Before you let me just Mark went on for like an hour. Let me just get this.
It was what the fuck?
And then as soon as we let Comic Journey go, it's gonna be shut the fuck down. So let me just get this fuck out real quick. All right. Well, you one thing you said about me, I was impressed by how well you read me because there's a lot of truth in what you said in that sometimes I do care and I will myself into not caring. That is absolutely true. But I promise you 85% of the time I don't give a fuck. I promise you.
Yeah, as with most people. Yeah.
I promise you, I don't fucking care. Well, who wants to go? Carmen Beckerman, what are you going to say?
I just need to real quick. I want to respond to something to K-pop. No, the issue with his bootleg shirts, one, he's not making them. He's buying them. He listed the people he buys them from. They, in turn, are not paying Marvel or DC for the relationship to use the art. They're just stealing it. Wait till they get a cease and desist letter, and then they say that line's closed off. So what they're doing is they're stealing. Now, he seems to think he's only stealing from the evil empire of Disney and stuff. But no, the artists get percentages if their shit gets made into a shirt. It's
seconds.
From 4 to 8%.
Teespring won't let you print those shirts. Teespring won't allow you to print. Rob Fatsack had to change his label and where he got his shirts made because there's percentages of comic covers that you can't even make out what they are unless you just know. And they said, nope, too much of that. That belongs to them. We're not printing that. They won't. You have to come up with your own designs on those places.
Yeah.
Or make AI art, right, Beckerman? Right.
So basically, just shut the door.
That's the me knocking his knees out from under him when we get to the self-awareness, except when it comes to AI.
And that's the 85% of I don't.
So anyway, I'm gonna turn the floor over to Comic Journey. But yes, he steals. He wore a shirt that was stolen from art from a friend of mine. I take it personal, and you shouldn't take from artists who only get a few percentage points anyway. Journey,
and I respect
take
that
it away,
passion.
buddy.
I do. Well, listen, if anybody needs any bootleg shirt, I got my friend Umberto down the street. He will print anything you like. I promise you, he will print out anything. I was actually shocked.
I want a Kool-Aid man, but with Journey's face on it.
Listen. That
you
might
need to
come
figure out a way
day.
to get a Kool-Aid shirt without
that might come one day. But I'll be honest, I was a little bit shocked at the fact that he did actually name bootleg channels to be able to get. I wouldn't do that,
but he won't do it to the statue community.
Yeah, then he turns around and does it.
Yeah.
Well, how do you know?
I don't like that lack of self-awareness.
How do you know? How do you know there's no bootleg statues floating around in the
jungle? No, we're quoting him.
Bootleg statue of Thanos just came out. He removed it out of his Facebook group where he saw it and said, "Y'all aren't allowed to do bootleg statues in here because we respect the statue makers." And then he went and did that.
I have relationships with.
Yeah, then he went and used it for content today. So not only did he tell them not to do it, he did it. Not only did he say we respect our statue connections, he didn't. Like it was just like, why are you talking?
Listen, why don't you understand this? Don't do as I do. Do as I say. Okay.
Yeah, that it was one of those.
That's how it works.
That's what John Johns would do.
I'm actually a little bit shocked that he actually got into that whole topic a little bit. He didn't just like.
Let me tell you, I'm shocked that you're getting these motherfuckers. Like when you had Comic Tom and you said, "Yeah, influence," I was like, he does not have Comic Tom. What the fuck is he gonna do? And you actually had that motherfucker. What is going on with you?
I'm trolling them for some reason.
Like, how did you become an influencer? You want to talk about that?
Because I made I kicked the freaking door down and said, "Fuck you all! I'm gonna be the biggest influencer of all." That's it.
You didn't really ask any hard-hitting questions, though.
I can't wait till everybody hates you, buddy.
I burn his ass. Should have burned his ass.
Bring the hate. Bring the hate to me. You know that I embrace it. You know I'm like Mephisto. I get my jollies from the hate. No,
I think your questions were great. I think that people think they expect too much.
I don't think you need to be. I don't think you have a need to be any certain difficult on the guest. Have a conversation with the guest. Let the chat ask the questions. If they want to know fucking something, have the balls to type it in the goddamn chat.
Here's the thing: I want them to come back. If I beat the shit out of Tom and Fire Guy Ryan when they were on the first time, I wouldn't get Ryan to come on a second time by himself. If I beat the shit out of Gem Mint on it, I won't be able to get some other people to come on after that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he sucks.
I think people just aren't fair, and I think you have to be fair. And I thought we talked about things in a roundabout way that was fair and non-conflict driven. I thought you did great.
I asked him about the video. I think that's the most controversial thing that we could all brought up as far as him taking on that video and that kind of thing. I think that was important to talk about. I think it threw him off a little bit because he didn't expect me to go back that far.
I did learn something though.
What's that?
It was nice to see him talk about rap because I finally got to see him review something with passion and knowledge.
Oh my god, you're such a fucking hater.
Wu-Tang Clan is better than I don't.
Dude, don't start.
But at least he knew something about it. And he seemed to actually enjoy it and not fucking mispronounce the names.
You and Mark, You and Mark are the fucking worst, both of you.
Why
Because we
by
have
the word?
passion for the game.
How am
You're
I the
Listen,
word?
You're
Jim
because you're
Mint and I
both
have
like
a
that
lot.
snooty.
Jim Mint and I have a lot
Snooty
in common.
motherfuckers.
We both have
Why am
had
I
our
snooty?
names.
Because I like Wu-Tang Clan.
Not you. I'm talking about Beckerman
He's
and Mark.
fucking with me right now, Jeremy.
I don't know how I'm
But-
snooty at all. I made solid points that you just fucking agreed with, but I'm snooty.
You're snooty about comic book knowledge. When it
No,
comes
you
to
could be an
comic book
arrogant
knowledge,
fucker.
you're both
We all
snooty.
know
How
that,
am I
Mark.
snooty
Honestly,
about comic book knowledge?
Jim Mint and I have a lot in common. We both had our names in comic books.
Arrogant might be a better word.
He pays to get his name on the outside of the book. I get my name put on the inside of the book with respect.
Like
Listen, I'll
that.
be honest.
You
Arrogant
call it
like that.
arrogance. I call it intelligence. We're two different
Yes.
people.
That's what I meant. Arrogant. There it is. There it is.
Yeah, all right. You call it obnoxious. I'll call it independent. I don't know how we make up words. You know,
I'm my own favorite DC
Listen,
character.
you got a sense of arrogance on you, Mark. Embrace it. Be
Well, I'm
that
arrogant as
guy.
fuck. So
It's called confidence, and
It is.
I wear
It
it
is.
proudly.
Be that
it is
guy.
confident. Absolutely.
Fuck
I
you
agree.
all. Superman is the best. You know that.
I like Becker
You know.
from
You know, the
DC's
day
Black-
that debating who the
Label.
best comic superhero dies is the day that all comic books die.
Oh man, that debate is so dead for me. I don't give a fuck.
That debate will never die. And
Well,
it,
me,
doesn't mean
it's
that,
dead.
it doesn't mean that I'll have to be the one having it, but that conversation better be being had somewhere at all times.
Well, who's your favorite comic book character and how high does he bounce?
But I'll give you an honest opinion about what I think about Jim Mint.
Please?
I don't think he's a bad dude. I really don't.
I don't think so either.
No,
I
absolutely.
don't think he's a bad dude. He's running a business, and I told him this, and I do believe this. He's got a lot of balls to drop his job that has steady income and stuff like that to run this YouTube game. He did it well before the whatnot thing. I saw the whole history of how it worked, so I give him a lot of credit on that. As far as how he handles some stuff, hey, we all fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You know, he jumped
Yeah,
on a live.
That's how I feel. Nobody's all one thing.
I freaking said Redman was in the freaking Wu-Tang Clan. I'm like,
And you meant it with your heart when you said it.
Yeah,
Was he
loser.
not? I still don't know what. I
You
don't know
both of
who's
you are
in the
losers.
Wu-Tang.
Even Mark knew that. You fucking losers. Jeez.
To be honest with you,
There
I know way more about Bone Thugs than I do. I mean, I've lived in Georgia my whole life. There's staples down here, whether you listen to rap or not.
no, honestly, I had a
Really?
brain
They're
freeze
from
for a second.
Cleveland. How did they get big down there?
Dude, they've Bone Thugs and Harmony have been big in the South for a long time. Like this guy that used to run with him called the Professor. He dated this girl right down the street from me, so he was on my street growing up, and they would drive by like when car wraps first started being a thing. When you could wrap your car, they would be driving up and down the street like as I'm skateboarding all day long. Like I would just see it all the time, and people at my school had to burn CDs of them. Like it was just you listen.
They were
to them.
lit, dog. Their second CD is one.
Everyone
of my
was trying to
favorite
meet me at the crossroads. I'm like, where the fuck is that?
Yeah,
Their
I
second
have-
CD is one of the best.
I have to agree with Durs though. He is a hustler. He definitely is. I respect the grind. I respect the fact that he's trying to make things happen for himself, and that's it.
And that's the thing that turns people off, because and to each their own, right? You can come at it from different ways, but like you have people like Beckerman and Mark who this is entirely.
Oh,
Why?
don't lump him
Why?
in with
Why?
me.
Is
He's
Mark
way
You guys,
more
you guys
right.
absolutely
He's more
go together
reasonable
here.
than I am.
Wait, hold
This
on.
is entirely about the love of comic books, the passion for comic books, the medium, and just continuing. It's just everything goes into that. Fuck everything else, and not everybody's on
hold
that.
on. Let's put things
wavelength.
into perspective. Mark is a hustler himself. He works hard. No, seriously, he works hard.
Depends on what you mean by hustler, right? I know why you're shaking your head, Mark.
Yeah.
Am I wrong about what I'm saying?
Well, you
gotta
can take
finish what you're
hustler
saying
as in
first.
a con man, or you can mean hustler as someone who's working hard on
You
the
take the
basketball
context
court.
of the word in a different way.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to finish at that point. I knee-jerk reacted at first, just because we went from one person to another. So
You're going from using the word hustler. We're not talking about somebody that's going to be a snake oil salesman, and we're talking about somebody that actually
I
busts
think
their
they call
fucking
that
ass.
essential oil now.
yeah, we had that
Cleveland is the
conversation 2
city
days
where
ago.
I come from.
Or COVID vaccines. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But I'm telling you this much: Mark is a guy that works hard. Whether he's an arrogant fuck about Superman and not, that's a different story as far as his attitude is.
Well, I'm arrogant about the things I know a lot about too. It's
know,
just not comic
But
books.
no, all joking aside, the guy works at his job. He does the part-time stuff of selling the comics. He does his video content because he's into it.
3 kids.
He got 3
Yeah, I don't really sell comics like that. I don't do live shows. I just post shit on a page that my dad manages. You know, comics get sold, but I don't spend any time.
Yeah, but you know what you
I
promote.
don't want to pretend like I'm like putting in the work where other people are. Like I'm not
Don't put
knocking.
me-
No, I'm
voodoo
for
on.
getting rid of comics because I need space. I'm not knocking that. I'm saying I don't want to pretend like I'm putting in hustler work that requires for people to sell books like that because I'm not.
But
I'm not
you know
putting
what?
in work,
You do
but-
promote it here for yourself. Well, you promote your page. You do what you got to do in order to put food on your kid's table, right?
Yes.
All right. So
And I never knock anyone for their hustle. Don't get me wrong. I
don't hear Mark. I wouldn't call Mark one of those people. No,
No, I'm not.
There are a
fucking
lot
hater.
of them.
I
There are a
will
lot of
say
them.
Jim Mint felt extremely distant in that whole video, though, mainly because I felt like he was a half a fucking mile away from the camera.
Yeah, well,
That room is ginormous.
That was the
room is
first thing I
ginormous.
thought.
There's-
Why was he so far away?
No,
What
who
the
was-
he was
hell?
trolling me like everybody else
Marcus.
has been trolling me since Tom.
Marcus,
That's-
who's front and centerpiece of Jim's collection, Marcus?
Wasn't Superman?
Superman.
Wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, I don't care about this Marvel versus DC.
goat.
I'm not the guy for that.
How high does he bounce though?
Apparently, ever since
high as he
Tom and
needs
Ryan
to.
came on, everybody has to do something else to troll me to one up the other person. You know,
Well, you deserve to be trolled. Do you not remember? I love that you were complaining about trolls when you know that you trolled me. You know that you did.
I trolled you.
You know that. Are you going to act? You're going to play dumb. That's
When
what
did I
we're
troll
doing
you?
here. When you came on my live stream and started streaming the recent episode of The Boys. You don't.
What are you talking
recall
about?
this? You don't recall this?
You got your shit shut down, didn't he?
No, he got kicked immediately, but he was trying. Yeah. But so whenever he complained about trolls today, I was like, "Fuck you, CJ."
This guy.
That was Sherry.
We're all trolls. Let's unite.
You want to know
We
the
troll
funny
different
thing?
people different ways, dude.
You
I
know how
love going
bad
to
I
a stream
trolled
that I'm
Nick?
not on. I started hitting
Yeah.
that comments, man.
I'm a fuck. I know I'm a troll. I am absolutely a troll.
Every time
I'm not.
Nick would do a live
Yes,
stream,
you
that's why I
fucking
can tell
are,
him I
kid.
want the live stream back because I would troll the shit out of him on those fucking live streams of his when he was doing with his wife. But
So does that mean I'm not a hustler, CJ?
well,
HUSTLE.
I don't really hear much about what you do other than your passion and your collection. So
Look at the wall behind him.
no, that's
It
collecting.
spells hustler. I see it plain as day.
That's 1,000%.
Do you buy and sell your prints or are you keeping them all?
Prince. Ain't no Prince in this collection, but
He doesn't own Prince.
We all know they're all fake.
this is all original
we all
art.
know. We all know. No, seriously. You buy
Those
your
are
art,
Prince and
you
Rob's
resell it,
walls,
you
all
buy comics and
facsimiles.
resell it.
Do I
You-
resell any? No.
Yeah,
I sold one thing in the last 10 years. And
So
that was
I don't know, or do you flip it like to upgrade it? All right.
No.
So that compiling and collecting is a different story than what we're
I've
talking
been
about now.
compiling and collecting for 32 years.
But we're not talking about you making a living off of this.
No, I have an actual job.
It's you being put in this conversation is a completely it doesn't belong because we're not talking about that type of situation. As far as
No, I'm actually, even though my first name isn't I'm just a mark. I'm a comic book mark.
you're a collector.
I was named properly as a child.
You were named properly.
Turn on wrestling. Put me
What
in the
nobody
LCF,
knows-
let's go.
What nobody knows is there's actually a precursor to the mark. It's DC Mark is what his dad named.
Mhm. It's not
No.
Mister.
The DC is silent though.
The I and K was silent.
Here in New York, when you get branded, oh, that guy's a hustler, that's actually a positive thing to say about somebody.
Nerdy, I saw you guys got Kyle Strom speaking.
It's all how you take it. If I tell the right woman she got a fat ass, she might not like it when I mean it as a comment. It's just how they take it.
Well, it depends how fat that ass is.
I always mean it as a compliment. You feel me?
You
No.
feel me?
What up, Scott?
My
No,
man.
My man.
You got to hear the way my tone is.
But like the
so you
way
don't know if it's a
Denzel
compliment
says
or not. The tone matters. The tone totally.
Hey,
totally
what
matters.
up, Big Fire? Link is in the chat if anybody wants to jump in. We were supposed to talk about FOC, but I'm having
Yeah,
too
we-
much fun.
I thought we were talking about
this.
Planet Comic.
The people know comics are coming out. They know. They know. If you don't know, now you do. So we're done with that. We did it.
If you
I'm
didn't
actually
know,
shocked.
then now you know.
Yeah, my
I'm
man.
shocked. I jumped
My
onto
man.
this. I haven't. I'm like, wow, Marcus is doing a live. Let me jump on
What
and
the
see
fuck
what.
do you want?
I need one
What the
more.
fuck do you want?
He takes his headphones off and thinks we can't hear him.
Can you? Fuck.
Marcus, we can
Sorry.
hear you when you take your headphones off.
Sorry, I
You put that
forgot
woman
to
in her
mute.
place, man.
We're like, what the fuck do you want? The headphones back.
Tell her I said hi.
Fuck you, man. What the hell?
Golly, never.
She
get
does
married,
not deserve
guys.
that treatment.
Never get married, guys.
It's too late. I don't regret it yet, though. That's the weird thing.
I wouldn't
Becker.
trade her for all the
Hi,
happiness
Becker.
in the world. Hey,
Megan says hi, Becker. Okay, can you go now?
But
I can't do these. I can't do
Yeah.
this.
no, I would actually like to talk to her.
I'd
Megan,
rather have
come
her.
on.
Let's get her opinion on the subject.
What?
Does the gentleman know that we can't see his face when he's talking?
Yes, Comic Journey knows that we can't.
What'd you say?
She's like, does the gentleman know we can't see his face?
Yes, it's his thing, baby. It's his thing. Okay, are we
That's
done?
my thing.
All right.
It's called a gimmick.
Oh my god. All right.
Women always questioning things. You know what the hell, man?
I'm gonna clip that. We'll definitely be clipping that
Real,
one,
real
guys.
quick, it does
Can
take
you ask
precedent.
Megan
We
who
have
her
a
favorite
birthday boy in the
superhero
chat.
is and how high he bounces?
What were you saying, Mark? We're ignoring Becker.
We have a birthday boy in the chat who just popped in.
Other than Comic Journey?
In the chat, not
Brother John.
Oh, there he is. Happy birthday,
He's
brother
21 years
John.
old today.
Beautifully freckled man.
birthday to
Hey, that's a
you.
copyrighted song.
Brother John has
I
the
hope
most
that gets
beautiful freckles.
copyright.
They're quite gorgeous. I
Will
really
you get a
enjoy them.
copyright for me singing "Happy Birthday"?
I can't wait to see them again in Charlotte. I will be back.
I'm looking forward to breakfast with Brother John and Digger Jim again. That was legit one of the highlights. Was that morning breakfast, just sitting there. It's cold. That's my favorite.
was your highlight.
That's my favorite time of day. Is just that early morning when like the world's not completely rocking and rolling yet. It's just so calm. There's no dogs barking. No
We
kids
don't have to
yelling at
call
you.
each other.
Are you gonna bring your little lion dog with you?
No, fuck no.
I want to see that thing up close.
It's super cute. Just come on over. You can't smoke here though.
I don't think they're that close.
I'm just right here in Georgia. Just come on down.
All right, sounds good. I'll take a walk
He's
over.
right next to you. Walk over.
I'll take
I
a
mean,
walk
I wouldn't
over.
recommend walking. I would drive or fly, but I'll pick you up at the airport here. I'd be happy to.
I'll make sure. I'll take a flight just to see your little lion dog, and I'll come back.
Yeah, you can hang out with me too.
I
What
don't know,
up, Tyler?
you might
Not
be
enough
here.
of those, right, Tyler? Not enough of those.
Finally, a comic book hangout stream.
So few of those.
Yeah, they were awesome, man.
You think we got too many of these hangout streams going on now?
Probably.
I don't think there's enough. I think it's one of the best things about this comic book community is just because that's all we all just want to hang out with some friends who like the things that we like. It's the best thing about this community, at least for me, it is. So of course there could never be enough live streams, man. I should live stream more. I'm gonna work on it. But we'll
You
see.
should.
Did
That's
your
the
wife
reason I
feel this
jumped on.
way?
Yeah, my wife does not feel this way now.
That's
Like
the
every
reason
Wednesday,
jumped on. I thought
every
it was good for the channel, so it worked out good.
Yeah, it did, and I've appreciated your Comic Journey Influence series. Like I mentioned in the chat, and I think it absolutely should be up for a Comic Book Community Award. It's been a lot of fun. I've really
Look at that freaking
enjoyed
devil.
not
Look at
just
that
the
little
show
puffball.
that you put on, but the chat that goes on while you're doing your show has been a lot of fun. Highly recommend, guys, if you have not been checking Comic Journey out.
I will assure you that my channel will not be getting any awards whatsoever. I could guarantee you.
No, I think you might, buddy.
Never
I think
say
you
never.
might. I think you might.
So,
If you keep it up,
Noah guy.
Yeah, well,
I
let me tell you something. If I had any influence on that, I would have won something. Like I would have been at least nominated. Man.
listen.
TM
The fact that I
says-
didn't even get nominated for the Hands Award makes me understand that I will never get nominated for anything on that thing.
Now, well, you weren't where you're in a much different place this year than you were last year. But
Spiritually, at least.
yeah, in a lot of ways, you are.
Yeah,
So.
you've dropped the gimmick a lot. Like you still do the hands thing, but you're like, dude, getting like more like a genuine you to a bigger degree has been a treat.
Yeah,
Because you
I
were
agree.
coming hard with that gimmick 24/7 for when you
What
first
is
started.
that gimmick? Is it like the George Costanza? Is that what it is? Would you call it?
look
What
at
would you
me.
call it?
What gimmick are you guys talking about? Because my gimmick is always changing on a daily basis.
Are you talking about the look at me thing? Or
No,
what?
all right. That
No,
just
look at me. Think it was a serious thing that I was doing through the entire community, and people don't understand.
I would just say the
how-
high blood pressure gimmick.
Oh, that.
No,
What
just
up,
in all
Chop?
seriousness.
Good to see you,
You
brother.
just gotta rile me
That's the
up.
term. That's the term he used on his show tonight when he was kind of riffing with DJ about the Red Man thing. When he went on that thing, went on the high blood pressure tangent for a minute. You used to live on that tangent the whole time you were on stream, unless
Well, I can
live
still do that.
Damn, Tyler.
I know that I've ran entire streams where I'm yelling at myself for an entire stream. But
Yeah.
some people like it, some people don't. Some is genuine.
I think you've balanced it well, because one thing that I don't think you give yourself credit for, like more just legit you, is kind of delightful, man. You're straightforward, you're to the point. You bring up awesome topics that are fun to dive into and talk about. And then when you hit those high blood pressure moments, are actually funny because they're not happening 24/7.
Yeah.
I'm getting better on the timing, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And your Andy Kaufman shit is amazing. Kudos to you for
Andy
Yeah.
Kaufman.
That has been fun. I agree.
And you
He's my
don't
father.
shout over people anymore.
Well, I don't know about all that. I feel like he still does that.
Well, if I got
Way
if I'm
less.
doing an interview, I can't yell at them all the time. So
Yeah.
unless they don't say thank you, then don't piss me off about the thank yous.
I do feel like you hit 1,000 subs out of nowhere. Like I looked. I was like,
You
oh.
know what had happened? That it's a weird thing. I was going through like a lot of fluctuations from like October, from I think October. Ever since I started doing those WTF videos, I got a whole bunch of weird people coming out of nowhere on a lot of those videos, and it kept jumping up, jumping down. I don't know how the freaking algorithm works as far as what retains and what stays, because I would see jumps of 100 subs and then down to like 2 extra subs instead of 100, and then the next day the same kind of thing, and like all kinds of weird shit would happen. Then all of a sudden we hit New Year's Eve, and I did 2 streams back to back, 2 like long New Year's Eve streams back to back.
Yeah.
And that basically, ever since that point, it stabilized and it just kept growing from that point. So I don't know where it's going to go, but it's weird. It doesn't help me at all, as far as I haven't even clicked the monetization thing yet. Because
it's helped you in other ways besides money, right? I mean, it's helped me. I haven't made any money, and it's helped me in 1,000
I'm
ways.
just looking at it like this. It's all freaking copyright claims on all my things. So what the hell's the point? I look at it like that. Unless I start trolling people, then I might just do it just to troll them and put like 10 advertisements on every video that I have back to back and just piss people off that way. I don't know. Maybe I'll make the most obnoxious monetized video ever. I don't know.
Good luck with that.
But with that look at me thing, everybody thinks it was a gimmick or whatever the case is. A little bit of a gimmick or whatever the case is. But the truth is, I was trying to call people out and help them improve their shit. Because when I'm looking at people just showing a fucking comic against the sorry, am I cursing? Am I going to get you a copyright claim?
No, you can fucking curse, buddy. We fucking
all
curse
right.
around.
So we're going to curse on your channel too.
He already cursed at his wife.
Yeah, I did.
Hey, listen, I don't know. Maybe he's a hypocrite. He's like, I can curse, but you can't.
I try very hard not to be a hypocrite. It's
we
very
just said,
important.
do as I say, not as I do. Okay. So that being said,
motto of the evening.
I would see endless content of people just literally staring at the freaking camera, and all they would do is show you a comic and nothing. I'm not going to even say anything. Exactly.
Dude,
Exactly.
One of my favorite channels has been grinding for years. He gets 1 to 5 views on every video. for years, and I respect the fuck out of this dude, man. I watch his shit.
Does he do what I'm talking about as far as just showing?
Yes, absolutely.
You know, if you were that one guy in the entire community that did that, I'll give you the respect, because you're basically trolling me at that point, because you're the only guy that did it. But there's so many people, and some of them I really like they're friends of mine, but their content is so freaking boring. When they're doing their look at me's, it's like I'd rather watch paint dry, and I'm like, dude, step up your game. Make it.
Not everybody.
Well, to CJ's point, like when I don't know if you remember how I'm doing those like historical videos now. I kind of did a trial run of those a while back, trying to just switch up my content, just because I talked to CJ one time after a stream on Friday or some shit, and we were talking about it, and I said I got an idea. And the very next thing I did was I took like my Tomb of Dracula first blade before I sent it to CGC, and I did the first comic book close-up video where I actually got the camera down and I went through the whole book and talked about the story, because a lot of people don't own that book, nor have they flipped through it. So I decided to do a few of those, but they took me a lot of time to get the history of the books and make the slides. But I decided here recently to reduce the content I'm doing and make those historical videos like I did before with the comic close-up. So to CJ's point, that whole like pointing out like the boringness of that repetitive content with everyone just showing, look what I bought today shit. I'm now trying to like switch up into, as I've heard some people call it, evergreen videos.
And somebody could come back to that video endlessly and enjoy it and appreciate
Was that a shot at me, Mark? Was that because I never said that to you, but I did say it to Becker, man.
No, that was a compliment to you, showing how y'all influence people in a positive way.
Oh no, don't call me an influence. I don't need that heat.
No, but you see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm see what I'm saying. Like I heard that like terminology about videos. I wonder who said it. But I'm like, and the one thing that also clicked to get me to do this again was I was talking to Becker here about how I never track my videos, my analytics, my watches. That's what I'm doing it for. But I found this thing when you go to your videos on YouTube on your phone, you can look at them by their ranking, highest ranked. And I didn't realize I had videos that had over 1,000 views, because I never look at them once they just scroll past the distance of my phone. I don't look at them again.
I'm very vain. I'm always looking at it.
I'm not. I'm just making it as like my channel is mainly geared for real-time content and interaction primarily. But I noticed I had videos like that. I'm like, oh, well, these are things you can search forever. Yes. They're not here and now videos. People are still watching them. I'm like, well, I should do that on some of this.
And when he was telling me this, I did give you credit and said Marcus calls that evergreen content.
No, that's it. That's where it's at, though. That's the problem with comic book YouTube. That's the problem with comic book YouTube and our inability to grow, which is very much a problem in my mind, is that we don't make content for the viewers. You know, you were talking about how people make boring content, but that guy I was talking about, I don't think he makes it for viewers. He makes it for himself.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
There are a lot of people who do it that way. I'm not one of those people, but yeah, there are people.
Marcus, you know what? I did it for him to do that. I appreciate him doing that for himself and enjoy himself.
Yeah, that content's for me.
But once he turns around and tells me, "Hey, Journey, why don't you ever come to watch my videos? Why don't you just comment on them? Why don't you like on them?" You know why?
You'll never hear me.
Because it's shit. That's why. That's why. I'm sorry. I like you. Let's go have a cup of coffee. Let's go have a beer. But I don't want to watch your freaking dry toast videos. I don't want to. I'd rather watch paint dry. I'm sorry. Love you, but
real quick, shout out to two shout outs. First, Cali Comics, my latest episode of Comic Book Story Time, talking about Beta Ray Bill, mental health, and self-worth. I thought he did a great job. I enjoyed editing it. So definitely check that out when you guys get a chance. And Kyle, what's up, brother? Let's let you get a word in. Thanks for joining us, homie.
Hello, Kyle.
What is
yeah.
Legion is in the house. Where's the Erica Slaughter? That's what I want.
Now we could get Kyle to bring
She would kick Superman's ass.
I think that Speedball has the same haircut she does, so you're good. You're good.
Erica Slaughter would slice and dice Speedball, dog. What's up? Let's argue about stupid things.
I will debate you this weekend.
I don't give a shit. I'm kidding.
But it's okay to care about things, Marcus.
It is okay. You know, I want to say that I was impressed with Mark's read of me because it was really good. Because it was my whole "I don't give a fuck" thing is really a function of protecting my own mental health. Is I care way too fucking much a lot of times, especially about things I have no control over. So it's really a function of, all right, how can I stop being fucking red hot angry every fucking day? Well, how about not caring?
Don't watch the news. Step
That's the other one. Yeah.
Don't live in New York.
Step one.
That helps.
So
Good advice
yeah.
for us all, Journey.
but I think there are times to care and there are times to not care, and I think a lot of times comic book people care when it's not time to care. Like I respect promiscuous time traveler Kyle. I appreciate where he's coming from, but I think he spends way too much time worrying about what other comic book collectors are doing, and it shouldn't affect his mood like it does.
Well, you
Have
know
you
what?
really asked yourself, is
Drama.
it affecting his mood though?
It
Is
seems to be,
it-
at least in the chat, but that's a fair question because people, assume things based off what I say. So
It's
it's
about
fair.
drama. Everybody loves drama. All they want to do is talk about drama. There's no fun in talking about good things. That's the problem with people.
Hey, I didn't see Damien sneak in here. What up, my guy? That is episode 2 of Comic Book Story Time, talking about Captain America 153 to 156. And then, of course, we have episode 1 from my guy Beckerman, who's supposed to be my featured storyteller.
Here we go.
But he quit the job apparently.
Let's film
But
one this weekend.
episode 1 was him. It was a really great one, so definitely check those out when you guys get a chance, man.
Oh, boy.
You should do a story on how Hank doesn't care about Janet.
Oh, no, he cared enough to smack her.
Yeah.
That's
After tonight's stream, I think we should
he
have a
cared.
discussion on
I don't know if I
Hank.
want to touch that one.
He cared. No, he definitely cared.
yeah,
But,
man. Marvel did Hank Pym so dirty.
I like what they did. How they corrected it in the Ultimates line when Captain America tracked him across the world without the suit and shield
beat
and
the
beat
shit out.
his ass while he
Yeah.
was Giant Man. Beat his ass with his bare hands.
Hey, you know Captain America
I
would
didn't
do
know
that.
about that.
You
Oh,
know
hell
that
yeah.
he would.
Yeah,
I love
yes,
Captain America, man.
Hell yeah.
You
I like the
know-
current run. Are you guys reading the current run? I like the
You
current
know,
run.
that enraged Stan, actually, when he heard about it. He's like, you can't make a hero a wife abuser. There's no coming back from it.
It's
Really?
true.
You could
It's
make
true.
you could make a comic hero psychopath, huh? Hulk is
Yeah.
a
I'm gonna keep
psychopath.
working on my
But-
Stan
but
impression. That was
wife beating is kind of over the edge, though, Journey.
No. Think about
well.
all the
The
kind of
audience is
crazy
never gonna
stuff.
root for you again.
Well,
or
they
it's
had
gonna take a
Batman
long
smacking
time.
the shit out of his ward in the '60s. You saw what he did. You saw what kind of slap action he did to that little boy. It wasn't
Who?
even his kid.
See, there you go, Mark. Verification right there. He gets heated. Boom, I win.
Oh, listen, Kyle is he goes on tangents. I like listen. I saw a lot of the comments that he was putting in the stream that I was doing before, and I try to keep up as much as possible. But like some of the stuff I can't even like touch at that point because I'm like I'm gonna run into a rabbit hole where it's gonna derail the entire stream.
I gotta watch The Last of Us still. It was good. It was
Hey, let me
just
tell you
starting to get
something,
good.
Tyler. Everyone was.
And I'm just gonna wrap up that thought I was saying before on the look at me whole thing. Originally, what people thought was me trying to get attention on myself by doing the whole look at me thing.
Which
It
I mean, it's part of it.
No,
Having
it
fun.
wasn't actually.
It's
It
part
was
of it. It's naturally part of it.
yes and no, because how you call it? It was me trying to put attention on a lot of people. That's why a lot of times I would put hashtag look at me, look at you. You know, and I would basically try to get people to like engage. You
We
know,
have to do that at the same time.
what's that?
It
Do
was
we
a
do that?
confusing, muddled message.
Well, we
look
could
at
look at
me.
each other's eyes that way, you know.
Count me down.
You know, but it was the whole point of trying to make people aware that you know what, stop crying about not getting subs, not getting about likes, not getting.
I
about,
all I need.
I'm not a fan of that myself.
put something nice together, and you know what, people will come to you if you build it. They will come. No, look at
I
me.
mean, this is the
That's what
Wild
Mark did
West,
with
right?
the DC review.
Yeah.
It's the Wild West.
DC
You
Day.
can make it happen for
Yo,
yourself.
in all seriousness, I think I've told you this too, Becker, that I'm attempting to make that like my number one thing I do on my channel is that Tuesday video. And I decided to do that about 3 months ago, really start pushing that. I had over 40 people in that stream today during a work day on a Tuesday, stayed there. Over 40 people stayed there. And every week it's steadily going up and up because that's what
The
I'm
fact
focusing
that
on.
DC doesn't pay,
And that's part of it. Consistency is absolutely part of it, man. People knowing that you're going to be there and that they can trust it is a big part of it.
Yeah, the only bad thing about that thing is I'm on sometimes. I'm not. I got to work half the time. So,
Beckerman, are you leaving us?
I'm
It's not
getting
even
ready
10.
to. You knew,
It's
huh?
not even. It's not even 10 yet.
Oh,
But
yeah.
at least you're taking your DC look at it and you're putting your own spin into it, and it's not one of these stupid
He
generic.
talks about the book.
I'm not doing a look at me. I'm previewing what's coming out that week. We're sitting down and looking at what's releasing. Like it's not just what I
and
bought.
how it relates to
And
the
you're
storylines
explaining things,
going on.
too.
Yeah, we're if you're not reading it, you'll know what's going on in comics. You're not getting spoiled. We're talking about news. Like it's not a show and tell episode. Like you see what's coming out that week though, but
I completely wiped out of my channel any new comic book day material. Why? Because everybody else is doing it. Let everybody else show off their stuff they got the weekend.
That's
I'm not
why
gonna
I
be,
stopped too.
I'm not
I
going
was
to be one
putting
of
a lot of
the
effort into it.
1,000 channels that are going to show the same exact freaking comics, and because I'm going to put my own twist on why I got a stupid Spider-Man comic that everybody else got this week. Like
I think there's value in live new comic book day shows though. If you have a community to do it with, there's absolutely, because that's the hangout that a lot of us are looking for.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
But my
appreciate
recorded
that.
video that I did on New Comic Book Day, it was definitely a waste.
I go on the Comic Vet every Wednesday night when he's doing it. You know what? You know what part of that show I
Tyler.
enjoy the best?
What's that?
I enjoy the first hour when they're just having banter between each other and they're bullshitting with each other. And once they get to the whole
the whole show is only 1 hour long.
What show is this? I'm sorry, I missed what show we're talking about.
half
Chris
hour,
is
whatever.
Wednesday.
It's literally called "Show Me What You Got."
Yeah, but you know what? I enjoy the banter first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
the
This
band,
isn't the first time I've heard you talk about that show.
yeah. I
with
wish
the
it was
look at
just
me
more.
stuff. Was look at me about them.
No, because they're one of many channels that do that.
It
Okay.
predates
Well,
that.
I've
It
just heard you
predates
talk
comic
about
book.
them before.
It predates Comic Vet going live for that show a long time ago.
Yeah,
But in Vet's defense, like with his schedule, that's the day of the week that a live works for him. Because I talked to him a long time ago about like him wanting to grow his channel. Like you have to have a live show that your audience can come and hang out with you at. You got to find a consistency to it, and that was the day of the week that worked. So naturally, I mean, what else is he going to do on that? I mean, I'm sure it'll evolve.
And I
and change over
appreciate a
time.
panel. I appreciate a panel of them like comparing to each other and making a joke out of, oh, I got it too. I got it too. Like I appreciate that a lot more than just one random guy doing, oh, look what I got. Look what I got. And the worst thing out of everything, they don't even tell you why they got it. They're like, just I got it because it's on my little pull list. Like, so why are you getting this every week? Are you getting because you're a comic hoarder? Are you a FOMO person? What are you?
Partly, yeah.
Yeah, well,
What
tell me.
else?
Tell me that's the case. Make me interested. Make me excited about what you bought, and maybe I'll buy it too. You know what I'm saying? At least with the Comic Vet, it's a panel and there's banter going on. But I appreciate the first part of that show so much more than the look at me part.
Look at Starro.
I do
enjoy the
Starro.
banter. It's my favorite part of this thing is just the hangout with people who like comic books, man. Because when I grew up, nobody liked comic. I was a nerd for liking comic books.
See, I think you should have Starro as your mascot on every damn video. You need a mascot. You know that, right? You need a co-host.
Yeah,
What happened to the big?
Andy is the shit. Like I like what Lisa says. Like if you're going to do something that other people are doing, you got to set yourself apart. And Comic Man Andy is one of just the most genuine, pleasant vibe people to be around. He
definitely does a good show. Definitely does.
I like people who are about what they love, not what they hate.
Yeah, dude, I don't give two shits for Star Wars comic books. And that is Andy's jam.
Mm-hmm.
I don't read a single one, care what's going on, but I go over there and love listening to him talk about him because he's passionate about it.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
That's what it's about.
half the DC shit that you talk to me about or you show off, I have no interest in. But you make it entertaining, and you make me actually every so often want to pick up a book.
But that's the key, I think, is are you passionate about this? That's the
All right.
most important thing. There he is.
Ugh.
Well, thanks for coming through, Beckman. I didn't think you were going to make it. I'm excited to get that tomorrow, actually. I love that
Christopher
cover.
Priest, my man. Christopher Priest.
I
does it
love
again.
that cover. Is it good? Did you like it?
Yeah. It was legit good. Did you read Aquaman Andromeda?
No, I did not.
It was
I'm
just
new to this DC thing.
well, that was a newer series that Ron V just did a 3-issue Black Label, but it's got like movie vibes to it. This is a standalone 10-issue. You know, it's
That's
its own
why I
story.
jumped in.
Yeah, and it's it doesn't feel factory assembly line at all. Like it feels like they're building something here.
You see that there's a difference when I look at one channel, you can see it has that passion, and another channel that's maybe not so passionate. That's more about
you tell if somebody's full of shit.
They're just more about getting through it, or more about the process of just doing it to do it. You know, there's a big difference.
There's a reason why I don't show my waist down while I talk about these comics. You know what I'm saying?
Before I leave, Travis and Roscoe, the fact that you guys have Kyle Strom coming on to draw with you, I love it. Kansas City's own Kyle Strom.
We'll be seeing
Support
him
local.
soon.
Yeah, we'll see him this weekend.
Is Scotty there? I didn't see a post.
Scotty is not there, but Kyle Strom is going to SmackDown Friday night.
How do we not have Scotty this year? I don't understand.
I don't know.
Man,
He ain't doing
that's
it.
crazy.
Did you notice Jason Aaron's only doing an hour at Elite's booth?
That's weak sauce.
Yeah.
I did not notice that.
Yeah, he's
What
not
day?
there either.
Right now,
I
right?
kind of wonder if Chris pissed those two off because they're tight.
Marcus, I'll tell you something. I am happy that you did an about face on your YouTube stuff. You abandoned it for quite some time.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out because I realized what I was doing wasn't working, and I was trying to figure out what I was going to do next.
What is your goal?
Marcus learned the best lesson.
To make stuff that people want to watch.
How can we miss you if you don't go away?
Do you want to watch what you're making? Do you enjoy what you're making?
That's what I asked myself recently.
I always ask myself that.
Can you
but at the end of
replay
the time, it doesn't matter. A lot of times I like it because I made it, and so
Yeah.
it doesn't mean
Yeah.
shit.
No,
Exactly.
I mean, like if another person was doing what you're doing, can you sit down and watch it? Put somebody else's face on it to cut Beckerman's head and put it on your head, and he's doing it instead of you.
Oh, I ask
Did you watch
myself
it?
that all the time. Like that was the part of the evolution of my channel is I made my first video and I watched it and I was like, holy fuck, I would never watch this. That was exactly my first thought. I would never watch this video. It was so yeah, I think about it all the time. Every video I make, I think about it.
Even when you did your look at me's, I gave you credit when you first did
Callie,
your look at me's.
That's
Which lost
impossible,
Beckerman.
Callie.
I don't know if you remember, I even made a video just about your look at me's specifically.
Oh, I
Because
missed it.
yeah, it was a while back. It was like a year and a half, 2 years ago, whatever the case.
I did see that one. I did.
When you were actually making those videos, you didn't say a damn word, but you actually sat there, put it to music. You put a little bit of description. You put artist stuff in there. You put all that. You did all the work. So I don't need to watch some freaking moron show off stuff and not say anything when I could watch your thing to music. It looks nice.
Yeah,
You
that
show
music
me
was
variant
horrible,
covers,
dog. I used to
and it
bring that
works.
heat. I used to bring that heat on the music, man. What's up?
It worked. Now you're doing this reading time.
Comic book story time, which I'm waiting for you to come tell me a story. CJ, what's up?
I would volunteer, but I'm not quite the great orator.
I don't need you. I'm going to clean you up. I'm going to make you sound great.
I think
Becker's already gone. I was about to say, man.
I would probably ruin your ratings if I did it. But if you want me to, I have no problem. I'll read something.
You got it. Well, yeah. Here's the two things: is do you have a story and are you passionate about it? If you can say yes and yes, let's go.
I have
But
plenty
if
of
you
stories
can't,
I'm passionate about.
then yeah, if you got a story that you're passionate about and you want to make an argument about it, let's do it, dog.
You should have Becker come in and tell the Art Sudian story about Tablegate. You would like that.
You want me to take on the Hank Pym one? I'll do it.
If you if you have a story and you have an argument, let's do it. The answer is
Well,
yes.
the
to
argument, I'm not
everybody.
for guys beating the shit out of their
I was
wives.
about to say why Hank Pym is innocent by
Well,
comic.
why?
journal.
That could be funny. Actually,
Well, I mean, I could do that too.
that could be the ultimate troll right there.
Listen, I just got out of a divorce, so I could turn around and I could take a real spin out of that.
Oh
Because
my
plenty of
God.
times I would
I'm
have
pretty
Here's
anti
Becker,
that.
Get back in here, then Becker's story time, bro.
I would love to backhand my ex-wife at one point or another. The thought did cross my mind, but hey, it's relatable. I don't know. We'll talk. We'll talk offline. If you
I've
want me
got
to do one, I'll do one. But
Kyle,
I can't tell a story.
Kyle, did you watch Superman and Lois?
Not yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I just got home about just an hour ago.
Is it new? Is it a new series?
Episode 1 dropped tonight for season 3. Like it's the best thing the CW has ever produced. Like hands down. It has nothing to do with the Arrowverse. Has nothing to do with the Arrowverse. It's its own thing. It doesn't look like the Arrowverse. It's intentionally done with like the tone and the vibes of like the Snyder universe. Like the way it's shot, just the mooding and everything. It's completely like original content. It's familiar but completely new. Yeah, I just can't stress that enough. This is not the same Superman from the Arrowverse. Completely different Superman.
Is it better than Riverdale?
I never watched Riverdale, so I'm going to say hell yes.
You did not watch Riverdale. You have to watch all of Riverdale now.
My wife watches it. She likes it.
Why haven't you watched it?
I used to watch it with her.
What is Riverdale? Maybe I'm confused.
Archie.
What it is. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jughead, Archie, them, but in like modern time,
Like
with
Vicious Archie.
teenage drama, rich kids or some shit like that.
Pretty much. That's why my ex used to watch it all the time, and I'm like, all right, I could watch this with you at least until it got really, really bad, and I'm like, oh, now I can't. But I will concur with you. That is probably the best Superman that CW has been producing.
Best comic show that they've done.
Moments. Smallville had its moments.
Oh, dude, Smallville's like in my mind undefeated, but I don't really. It's hard to compare that because it was like in a league of its own before there was even really a league,
But it was
like
CW though.
Yeah, it definitely
Smallville
was.
was like before he became Superman.
Yeah, it's just all Superboy, even before the name Superboy.
I need to watch the Stargirl, man, Brother John.
That's my favorite. See, now the thing is, I don't accredit CW with Stargirl because that was a DC Universe original that was on their streaming service before they switched it to just comics. They moved some of their shows to HBO. They moved Harley Quinn to Sci-Fi Channel at first, and they moved some of the stuff to CW. So I don't accredit CW with Stargirl. It has its own vibes, its own tones. It's not connected to the Arrowverse either, and it feels like you're watching a Golden Age show. And that's hands down my favorite one that's been done in modern times. But as far as CW goes, Superman and Lois, amazing.
CW had its moments. Flash had its moments. Even Supergirl had its moments. As far as being okay.
Oh, shots fired.
The Real Adventures of Superman.
Now, with Supergirl, it started off great until the fourth season. And at the fourth season, it went downhill.
Yeah, I didn't even make it to the fourth season. Now, and Supergirl is another one that didn't start on CW either. That one started on CBS or somewhere like that. They ran one season. It is true. They ran one season, then they brought it over. Because they wanted to get everything under one house. You had Constantine wasn't CW. You had Supergirl wasn't CW. And then they did that 2015 thing when they did that big announcement of bringing in Legends of Tomorrow. You had Flash that it was mad successful after that first season. And they wanted it all under one house. And it was the CW that got elected to be that.
See, it got my interest when they did that whole crisis thing. And then I started to look backwards after that.
Yeah, it started like promising, and then it was just bad. Like
Yeah.
shit on Brandon Roth and replaced him in the story for Lex Luthor. You had Kevin Conroy come in as a bastardized version of Kingdom Come Batman that was just a psychopath villain for a brief moment. They just did bad in it.
When are you going to see Shazam? Thursday night?
I don't know yet. The wife works Thursday night. Finn has soccer Thursday, so I'm going to see if after soccer, since my mom will be hanging out watching the game, and she just wants to cool it at the house here because we all live close together, type thing. You know, we're all like within 5 miles of each other. So I'll see if she wants to just cool it here with the kids, and might see if Pops wants to go meet me at the theater.
It's weird when you posted that thing about the reviews still being on embargo concern.
Yeah.
I remember when you said that about Ant-Man, I was like, I actually cared. I was like, oh no, this is going to be bad. But for this one, I don't care. What for Ant-Man, it made me concerned that I wasn't going to like the movie. But this time it doesn't. I don't care. I think I'm going to like this movie because I love.
Yeah, I was the same way. Like I'm at the point where I don't like. I like to post about. I care about movies. They're interesting to me, whether they're comic book movies or not. You know, like I was posting about Creed 3. Like I'm excited to see that and shit. But it's still fun just watching.
Did you like 2?
Yeah, I did.
Did you like 2? See, I didn't like 2.
I liked it a lot.
The first one was fun.
Yeah, what are your expectations going into it?
For Creed 3?
No, for Shazam.
Just fun. I see this trailer and I'm like, I mean, I've seen enough movies. It's like it looks copy and paste cinema to me.
Well, I got super excited. The first moment I got super excited when I saw that there was a little clip with Wonder Woman in there, because it gives me hope that they'll actually bring her back. That's why. You know, I love Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman.
So like the first one I thought was good, but like I don't think the first one's on par with a lot of the other stuff in tone and style. Not necessarily in like its reception for people. But yeah, you look at like the tone and style of what like the Snyder movies were, or the first Wonder Woman was, or the Suicide Squad. Then you look at Shazam, and I'm an old school Captain Marvel fan. I hate this era with while he's Captain Marvel, he's got the mind of a kid. To me, that's dumb. And I know that's been slowly integrated for years, making him separate from Superman. But that's dumb. When he's Captain Marvel, he has the wisdom of Solomon.
Yeah.
Like that's part of it. There's nothing child about him anymore. Like he's a grown man with the mind of multiple gods inside of him, the abilities of all these gods. So for me, that just doesn't track. And I just
maybe when Solomon was a child too.
No, and dude, they're recognizing it in the comic books, and I posted about this week. Mark Waid is taking over that title. Mark Waid is who actually wrote Kingdom Come, and he's announced that they're giving this guy a name because he is nameless. His name is not Shazam, that's the wizard, and they're going to start bringing back some of the old traits that have been lost in translation. This character has a tragic history run through comics, which I did one of those historical videos about it. Not this one, but the one before it, looking at all that, but. He's just fallen by the wayside. There's a lot of characters out there, and they all can't share the limelight at the same time.
Poor Taki. How you holding up, Taki, with Rogers? Poor Taki. I think they should have got rid of him last year, man.
Absolutely. I believe Wonder Woman was a great. She was a great role for Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
I thought she was great. The first movie was fun. The second movie nuts. The second movie wasn't as bad as people said it was, though. That suit was ridiculous. The suit scene was a little ridiculous.
That's that George Perez suit. They kind of pigeonholed it in there, but
yeah, that part was a little ridiculous.
That's how you know you're a true collector. You actually got that costume version of her.
Yeah, dude, that's that George Perez. Well, for the 99% of the figures I collect are movie versions to begin with. I like the Crime Syndicate, so I got those, and I like Starro.
You gonna start using him as your mascot?
I just opened this today. Me and Finn put it together like less than 5 hours ago. Like this is so new to me right now. Like
Starro's got to be your little buddy on your videos. Come on, I mean, look at him.
Yo, I don't know if y'all read Scott Snyder's run on Justice League, but Batman's best sidekick he ever had in comics was Jarro. It was one of the Starro people, but it was his little sidekick they ran with the Justice League, uses telepathy abilities to help out, and it was comical gold. It was
remember
hilarious.
reading that those
Yo,
issues.
you got to read it. Jaro, the most underrated JLA member in history.
I know of the existence, but I never read any of that. So
Yeah, Kid Brain is definitely dumb.
It's funny. Promiscuous Time Traveler asked for the link and then never joined. That dude is weird to me.
yeah,
I
it
never
may show up.
understand
He
him.
time travels. You don't know what. You don't know when
He's on the stream. He just
I never
behind
understand
us.
him. I try hard, but I just don't ever work it out. But I'll keep trying. But it's been an hour. I got to work in 7. I appreciate y'all jumping on, man. Great conversation.
We
Legion,
appreciate you.
Thanks for jumping in.
Thank you.
Comic Journey. Great job on your channel. I've been super impressed with what
Thank
you've
you. I
been doing.
appreciate you.
And
Thank
these
you for having me on.
these interviews you've been doing, they've been not only fun interviews in terms of listening to it, but the chat has been just lit. And even Kyle Promiscuous just angry in the chat. I'm having fun, man. I love it. Keep it up, man. Keep it
I
up. And
appreciate
Kyle,
it.
definitely check out Kyle Wheelchair here. He has a channel as well, always rocking and rolling. I appreciate this community and I love it so much. We didn't even get to the damn FOC. Maybe next time. But thanks for jumping in, everybody. I got to go to bed. I got to work in 7 hours. All right. Peace, y'all.
Good night.